Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Viewpoints, or whatever else sports show that I might retitle this later on. With me, your boy the man, NJ number 2, the city, with the number 2 and TO. Let's go. Now, once again, I'm an analyst, not just, other things that I do with these videos of, preaching real life, preaching, school spirit, preaching sermons, or whatever else. I'm also an analyst. So here's how it goes. My mock draft, even though I'm obviously not in a somewhat studio with boards and stuff like that and papers saying, oh, this guy should go here, this guy should go there. But I definitely have my opinions on everything that I've heard, watched, and seen over the past few months. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this video probably won't go to a whole 15 minutes, but let's go and get into it anyway. Now, the Browns. This is, at least for me, the safest pick for the Browns. This draft is too filled with quarterbacks. The Browns have 2 top 5 or top 10 draft picks. The last thing the Browns need to do is think that, oh, if we don't get our quarterback in the first round or even the second round, we're not going to get him. No, you're going to get him. This draft is too packed, too filled with quarterbacks, not to think, can we get ourselves a Dak Prescott in the 4th round or even a Tom Brady in the 7th? I think 6 or 7, whatever round he was drafted in. But you get the point. It's too filled with those quarterbacks to think, to not think that, honestly. The safest pick for me, I would say the safest slam dunk pick for me that the Browns should go for number 1 is Saquon Barkley. And then you're probably like, why Saquon? Because you got to think about it. One of the top things that they don't have in Cleveland as well, I mean, they have quarterbacks, but they obviously don't have a franchise guy yet. They also don't have a running game, if I'm not mistaken. They don't have a good, strong running game. They also need that. But you have to realize, can you bet on Josh Rosen or what's his name, Sam Darnold being there for you when I think at the 4th pick or something like that? If you ask me, you certainly can bet on them. Like I said, God bless the Giants, but I don't believe the Giants are going to draft Josh Rosen number 2 overall. Again, this draft is too big, too packed with quarterbacks to go ahead and think that you have to get your guy in the 1st round. It's deep with quarterback talent, especially Mr. Kyle Lauletta, who shined in the Senior Bowl, and you saw what that did him. He ended up getting the Senior Bowl MVP. So the point is with that, don't shy away from don't shy away from the smaller school quarterbacks. Don't shy away from the not hugely big name quarterbacks like a Luke Falk as well from Washington State. Don't shy away from him. Don't shy away from, I think, that Toledo quarterback that's supposed to go in this year's draft. I can't name all the guys, but there's quite a few. And Lamar Jackson, you also got him. He's in this draft. This draft is too packed with quarterbacks for, the Browns, the Giants, any of these teams that need a quarterback or are in a quarterback market. This is too deep for you to think that, oh, we have to get him in the 1st round. We have to get him in the top 10. No, you don't. Especially for a team like the Browns, who missed on so many picks with quarterbacks. You don't. You don't. You literally don't. That's just my analyst opinion. You literally don't. Draft Saquon Barkley. Get the safest pick, if you ask me. That's the safest pick, Saquon Barkley. Go and draft yourself a running back. If you ask me, you can bet on Sam Darnold or Josh Rosen or Baker Mayfield or Lamar Jackson. Too much talent. Too much talent in this draft to think that you have to get it 1 or you have to get it at 4th. Too much talent. I think any of these quarterbacks in this year's draft are so talented, the Browns can pick any of them up, and they will change that franchise for the next, I would say, good 10 years. How about that? For the next good 10 years. Or 7, or whatever number you want to put there. Too much talent. So the Browns, safest pick, and I'm probably going to tweet this out later on my Twitter account at NJ number 2 the city. Again, the Browns, they should draft Saquon Barkley. It's the safest pick if you ask me. You need a running game too. You don't just need a quarterback. Again, DeShone Kizer, God bless DeShone Kizer, but also realize he's still on that roster too. Realize you still got him, you still got Kevin Hogan, you still got Cody Kessler. And if Brock Osweiler gets cut, you can go back and get him. out of free agency. Kirk Cousins, I don't see Kirk Cousins going to the Browns whatsoever. If any place, I see him going to the Broncos. The Broncos are already a playoff team. They just have been very inconsistent at the quarterback position for this past year. So most definitely, Kirk Cousins, I think he would be a slam dunk, surefire pick for them to go. Well, not pick, but you get the point. Somebody to pick up out of free agency for the Denver Broncos. I think that's definitely where Kirk Cousins is going. And Denver, you have to realize you have Paxton Lynch on that team still for a reason, don't you? So you have to realize, what is drafting another quarterback in the first round going to do? Unless you're planning on trading away Paxton Lynch, that's 2 first-round quarterbacks and pretty much within 3 years that you have on your roster. And no offense, but this isn't Madden where I'll draft like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 quarterbacks in one draft. Yes, I've done that before. And yes, I like doing that in Madden. But this is real life. This is reality where you can't really draft quarterbacks like that. Or better yet, you can. There's going to be a doozy figuring out where they all go. Because again, you can only have, you can have, if you ask me, you can have multiple as a franchise guy. Like, you can have one guy playing one half and another guy playing the other half. But usually that doesn't work. And that's probably why not a lot of people do it, I guess, to a certain degree. But the point is, for a team like Denver, they need to realize we got Paxton Lynch for a reason, especially a team like the Jets. You got Christian Hackenberg on there for a reason, and Bryce Petty. So again, not to say that don't draft the quarterback. Of course, draft the quarterback in this year's draft, but don't think you have to do it in the first round. Simple as that. Don't think you have to do it in the first round. This class is too packed, too filled with quarterback talent. You don't have to do it in the first round, ladies and gentlemen. You don't have to do it in the first round. And unless you're planning on trading Christian Hackenberg or Bryce Petty away, don't draft one in the first round. You can wait to the 3rd round or 4th round or even the 2nd round, again, where you drafted Christian Hackenberg to begin with. You can wait, if you ask me. You can totally wait. And team like the Giants, Eli just had a bad year, obviously. But you also have to realize, once again, he could bounce back tremendously this next season and end up getting you deep into the playoffs to where he gets his 3rd Super Bowl ring. Could he not? I believe he totally could. One of the top things that was wrong with his play last season was he didn't have a good offensive line. So if anything, the Giants, don't draft a quarterback in the top 5. Draft an offensive lineman in the top 5 to protect Eli Manning, and draft your quarterback in the 2nd, 3rd, or 4th round. Again, you got Davis Webb there for a reason. The same guy you drafted in the 3rd round, I believe so, last year. So once again, the point is, think very, very more smartly than what you're thinking about when it comes to this quarterback draft class. You don't need to draft one in the 1st round. Of course, I would love it if certain teams did draft one in the 1st round, but you don't need to be thinking, if we don't get ours in the 1st round, we're not going to get them. That's not true. You're going to get them. But you have to be very smart, very wise, very strategic with them. Okay? All these quarterbacks are going to be studs. It just, again, also depends on where they're going to go to be a stud in the pros and, build their legacy in the pros. But if anything, a team like the Giants do not need to draft a quarterback number 2 overall. They need to draft an offensive lineman or another wide receiver or someone on the defense. They need to draft somebody else in another position to help that team, not a quarterback. You already have Eli Manning, and I understand he's going to be, he again has, probably 2-3 more years left. But again, you got Davis Webb there already for a developmental project. Not saying you shouldn't select anybody else as a developmental project, but you should not draft him in the 1st round. Draft him in the 2nd, 3rd, or 4th. Not in the 1st. You should not do that. That's just my opinion, honestly. Draft somebody to protect Eli, so hopefully this upcoming season he can go on a deep playoff run with you all, and hopefully he can get his 3rd Super Bowl ring. Think about it. At least that's the strong way I feel about it. The Browns draft Saquon. Giants draft an offensive lineman. Let me go on my CBS Sports app so I can look at the draft order. And the Redskins, they just got Alex Smith. So what does that say? Again, the Redskins, they do need to draft somebody as well, just in case, again, Alex Smith doesn't work out, even I don't know what contract he signed, but he signed, I think, a pretty good long-term contract. But at the same time, yes, Redskins, draft somebody. But again, doesn't have to be in the first round. You know, Cardinals, definitely. Cardinals is one of those teams that definitely needs to draft one in the first round, unless they literally already have somebody else that, you know what I mean, because I think they have Blaine Gabbert and Drew Stanton that are expected to go into free agency. So unless you're going to re-sign one of those guys, they don't have a quarterback, period. So yes, Cardinals are a team that should draft a quarterback in the first round. Bills don't draft a quarterback in the first round, unless I guess you're really just that much in love with a guy such as Lamar Jackson. You know, other than that, because I don't know why a lot of people have Lamar Jackson going to the Bills, but I don't think he should be going to the Bills at all. If anything, Jacksonville Jaguars should pick up a guy like Lamar Jackson, honestly. Again, he did play in Everbank Field during the Tax Slayer Bowl versus Mississippi State, so come on. Why not? It's like, hey, Lamar, you know the same, place you played, your last college game? How would you like to continue that, continue playing that stadium every week now on Sundays for pro? In Jacksonville, why not? So if anything, the Bills should not draft Lamar Jackson. The Jaguars should probably draft Lamar Jackson. That's what I believe, And I can't tell you who the Bills should draft, but totally, they should not draft the quarterback in the first round. They still have Tyrod Taylor under contract, and they still have Nathan Peterman. Come on. I understand that Nathan Peterman did not do very good in his first career start with 5 interceptions in the first half. I understand that was very bad, very terrible, very humiliating, but you still have him for a reason, right? You drafted him for a reason, right? So the point is, again, and he didn't even didn't even start a full season yet, or even half a season. That was just one game. And no offense, but Ryan Fitzpatrick, I just remember this. Ryan Fitzpatrick. I don't know what team he's on now. I think he's on. Ryan Fitzpatrick was on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Ryan Fitzpatrick, you got to remember, didn't he throw like 5 or 6 interceptions in one game 2 years ago with the Jets? Didn't he do that? So you got to realize that. Think about that. He threw 5, 6 interceptions in one game with the Jets, and Nathan Peterman did it versus the Chargers. So you got to realize old versus young there, but they both did it, right? And you got to realize it's like, hey, at least he's not alone with that. With that stat, I guess. But again, you drafted him for a reason. So yes, keep hoping Nathan Peterman. I got undisputed faith and undisputed hope in him that, whether the Bills draft someone or not, Nathan Peterman will get another opportunity to start. He's gonna hopefully take that job away from whoever else they have. But again, God bless Tyrod Taylor with the Bills this upcoming seasons. I can't tell you what his fate is with them whatsoever, but definitely God bless him with his career with them, because other than Buffalo, I can't tell you where he would go. I can't really tell you. But I'm about to go under NFL on my CBS Sports app, and hopefully under the draft menu, let's see if it will show me the draft order. Okay. The Colts. 13 minutes into this. The Colts. If anything, no. Colts, draft somebody again for your offense. Your defense was bad too, but draft someone for your offense, especially if Andrew Luck is coming back. You need to draft somebody who's going to take some good pressure off of Andrew Luck if he's coming back this season. Your offense was terrible. Your offense was so terrible. Majority of your offensive line was really God bless Jacoby Brissett, but I saw him, especially versus the Jaguars, he just got hit over and over and over and over again. He couldn't get anything going for them. And it was, I blamed it on the offensive line. That's just me. I blame his because just got hit over and over again. I blame that on the offensive line. That's just my opinion. But definitely, Colts, draft somebody for, draft a offensive lineman or wide receiver for Andrew Luck to get him some help, or you all draft Saquon Barkley if the Browns don't. More of this analyst, more of this stuff coming soon. God bless.